I have a question for Jeff.
All right.
If we're moving on, but if we're not, let's stay in.
Let's move on.
I'm bringing up a different thing. I saw a Throwback Thursday picture that you posted of you at 11. The most fuckable 11-year-old boy I've ever seen. You were a gorgeous kid, and you're a gorgeous man, but like at 11, you look like that? No wonder you're going around talking to strangers.
Face like a china plate.
Honestly, I don't mean that in a bad way. My mom told me my nose looked like an eggplant, and I didn't know what it was, and so she took me to the store and pointed it out. You
Bury the lead with your origin story.
So I don't want to talk to anybody. But that picture, have you guys seen this picture?
Hashtag fucking
Eyes like
child.
sapphires. It's his eyes are like sapphires.
Such confidence.
His cheekbones are like
you peaked
God
back
sculpted a
then.
mountain for pedophiles, and
You peaked in that catalog.
He does have amazing cheekbones.
amazing cheekbones.
I mean, I don't want this to sound weird, but the way...
they
What
still look
happened
great.
to you? What happened to you?
I fell apart, man. When I was at that age, I was modeling. I was in New York doing a play. I was doing
The King and I?
The King and I.
You were also modeling? I didn't know this.
Yeah, so-
what are boy modeling
Well,
poses?
but that picture was...
And was it private?
He's doing it right
All
now.
right, Dan
doing a
Jeff
cheer.
is doing a cheer.
But this picture was modeling, right? This was like a catalog?
It was the centerfold of New York Times Magazine.
You're for sure smizing.
Smizing?
You're smizing.
Smiling with your eyes.
You're smizing.
And you're also
You're smizing
looking
right now.
You're looking through
Smizing?
I think the very special thing about your child photography photos is that they are very sexual because it looks like you're looking through the camera and you're like, yeah,
Definitely sexual.
I was
go for it.
Definitely.
Like there's some kind of like
Super
just
sexual
that.
child. You're
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
the
sexual.
answer is
Very
no, but talk to me about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible thing to say. You're an adult now, so it feels okay.
I'm gonna.
You were
post,
asking for it, is what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
post a couple other photos, like on upcoming Thursdays.
I'm coming.
Spencer, please don't come on 11-year-old me.
I do think that when Spencer comes, that's how it sounds. I'm coming.
I'm coming. That happened.
After Spencer has sex with a woman, he says,
That happened.
that happened. And then he goes to the fridge.
Yeah, it's weird because
A
it's
critical hit.
Other than that, it's utter silence. It's just
That happened.
I'm coming.
Well, also,
That happened.
maybe also when the girl does something a little inventive, you're like, and you do some sort of action with your hands, which symbolizes rolling a dice, and you're like, yeah, okay, not effective.
And when she's like, my parents are coming, you're like, you're metagaming right now.
You're meta coming.
If she says, if I did this, would you like it? And he goes like, yeah, no, metagaming. All right, well, enough
Guys, this
about
isn't cool, 'cause
Spencer's
Spencer has a tape
sex.
coming
But
out,
I
and we
was
should
saying,
not spoil it.
when I some of the times when I was just
Had you already had sex at that age?
no, I lost my virginity at
10.
24 years old. I was 20.
How did
24?
I was 24.
Nerd alert!
That's not true.
What?
You mean like...
But did you lose it to 20 showgirls? Like, what do you mean?
Are you talking
Wait,
about anal
Jeff.
sex? What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
Okay, I had never put my penis inside a woman until I was 24 years old.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I was a
Not that that's a bad thing. It's
I was a
surprising
late-
just because he's a Casanova.
I was a late bloomer. But
No, we saw you as an 11-year-old.
I look at that picture of you at 8, and I'm like, I want to sit on that 8-year-old's face.
but
No, it's true. I felt the same way.
okay.
We've all. Jeff's sexuality at 8 surpasses sexuality. It's
I bet if that happened, the judge would be like, I kind of see that.
I get it.
I get it.
And I see the victim in my chambers.
And could he please wear that windbreaker?
Also, hashtag rape culture. Yay! Harmontown. Good night. I'm very glad you weren't raped.
When I was thinking, I feel raped right now. When I was 4 years old.
Well, you asked for it.
Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't have worn those eyelashes if I was just.
Yeah, the eyelashes. We talked about the eyelashes.
By a round of applause, who has seen Jeff Davis at 8 years old? I mean, Jeff.
It was 11. 11 it was.
This was 11. The picture I saw was 11. So it's fine.
But I mean, do you hear that applause? Who here? And be honest, who has seen Dan Harmon at 8 years old? I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason.
I wasn't an actor. I wasn't.
Yeah, and 10 years after that, he was asking his mom if he was handsome.
When I was 4, I think I was not quite 4, like maybe like almost 4. When I went to preschool, and the first day of preschool, it's the first time as a human being I was around other kids that you didn't know. You went to a building, there was other kids,
Sure.
And I remember it very vividly. And when the class was over, we took naps and we drew on chalkboards and we did shit. And then when it was over, we all ran out. When the day was over, all the parents were outside. And there was a big grass lawn, and all the kids, we all ran out like bats coming out of a cave because we were so wound up for being around other human beings our age.
You had to have a popsicle.
And I ran around in a circle, and I ran up to this.
Gross, that's disgusting.
I ran up to this girl, Patria Beth Hayes, and she was a little blonde girl, 4 years old. I just went up to her, and I just fucking Clark Gabled her, grabbed her by the back of the head, leaned her over, and kissed her, like Gone with the Wind style, and then pushed her down in the grass and ran off. And that's kind of been my MO since then.
That's your dating history.
Yeah, it really is.
That's
definitely not romantic.
So you can insert 20 years between the kissing and the pushing down, but that's basically what we're all doing.
Yeah. I got a big laugh out of the adults. And then when The King and I started, when I was 9, when I got into The King and I.
You've been doing that for years, you did that?
I did it from 9 through 11. The age 9 and with clothes, I was 11 years old. And I did it at the Pantages here in LA when I was 9. And there were 7 girls that were the kids in the show, the 7 like Asian girls that were the king's daughters, and there were 7 Asian boys that were the king's sons. And then we went on tour.
Wait, where did you fall into that?
He was an Asian kid.
There's one white kid in The King and I, the son of Anna.
Oh, you're the one white kid too, huh? Everything's so easy for Jeff.
Did you feel that? Did you know you were the only white kid? Was that a thing?
You're a kid, and we weren't racist. When I was, there's also my understudy was white, and I went through 7 understudies in that year and a half because it was hard to keep a kid to be like the white kid that had to put on really bad Asian makeup every night. Like they made him look orange, really, and then like slanty eye makeup and shit. It was really shitty.
What? Wait! Don't move on from this. We're still here.
Yeah.
So, but you were playing a white kid.
Yes.
But your understudy had to
play an Asian kid.
Why?
Because they had a free kid on the set.
So they would just be like, all right,
so he could be
like,
anybody.
We got the Mickey Rooney.
And also the makeup. There was no making any of these kids.
Did you have to be white for a narrative reason, or
the story of The King and I is a British woman goes to Siam, what is now Thailand, to instruct the King of Siam in like modern Western ways. And so
it's like Apocalypse Now, the story, right?
No,
it's like the boring dinner scene in Apocalypse Now. If you just took the shitty parts of Apocalypse
in
Now.
Redux, yeah.
There's a teacher.
So we would go from town to town, and the kids would range from 6 and 7 years old up to 13. And so we traveled with 7 kids, and we would go to a town to be 7 new girls every city we went to.
Were any of them crippled?
Huh?
Don't derail.
So we go to town.
So the girls wouldn't travel with you, but the boys would?
Well, no,
Don't derail.
No, I'm asking.
You are not allowed to tell people to do something you do constantly.
I'm the derail master.
7 kids traveled. 3 of them were boys, 4 of them were girls, and then we would get 14 new kids, half of which were boys and girls. So I would have a dressing room. and there would be little girls, and we would just play Truth or Dare. We invented the game. No one had taught us this. We invented
the game.
Jeff, you did not invent
Invented
the
the
game.
game.
In your head, your life
This
is
makes sense.
Yeah, you think you're Forrest Gump.
No, but here's the thing.
And then the world said thank you
We didn't-
for the game.
No,
but you did not.
nobody taught us how to play Truth or Dare, but we played a game that is absolutely Truth or Dare without anyone having taught us this.
Do you feel like you
hang on.
invented that game?
Well, for us, we did because we didn't. It was not.
That's fine.
It was not,
But for the world,
So you guys called it Deeble or Durble.
Aaron, a guy's walking out on crutches. You want to say anything?
Why so crippled?
You're good. Like, you do what you want, man. You don't
Are
have
you,
to
are you
stay
going to
here.
the bathroom?
Did you?
Yeah. He's gonna get some
You
chips.
hurt your
Get this-
leg. Can I guess you hurt your leg skateboarding?
I ran into a stair.
You ran into a stair. So he's a cripple because it's a temporary thing.
We really have to
We
move
get
on.
that.
No.
Not,
We have to
Aaron,
move
that's
on.
not how it works at all.
I am.
That's not how it works.
All right, hang on. So look, I want to go back to this. I was talking to
Somebody
somebody.
get this guy
I was
I
talking to
take
somebody else.
that back. I don't
So,
want to be the person behind that
All right,
fight.
Jeff, come on. Jeff's talking about fucking 4-year-olds.
As a kid, we would make out. Now I was a kissing bandit all throughout my life. I kissed everybody. I was like, and then I just never had sex until I was 24. However, when I was 4 years old in preschool,
All right, take it easy. So he got the chips that he said he was going to get, and now he's opening them, and
Well, it's expected.
it's so
I think.
loud. Where did you, first of all, how did he get the chips so fast?
He's crippled.
Yeah.
No,
Someone brought it to him.
don't call him crippled.
Those are the
That's
loudest chips I've ever heard.
That's an antiquated
Yeah,
phrase.
you're like surprised.
Don't say
there's
crippled.
a line
Never
for chips
gonna-
for just for handicapped people. It's way closer.
Did the mic pick that
I
up?
realized
Those are the
I've never
loudest
said
chips.
that out loud. I thought that was just
Jeff,
because
I'm
of-
so sorry. Please continue the story.
You just interrupted the thing for the thing. It was chips.
This kid-
Jalapeno?
J-
Yeah, those are the best.
Wait, jalapeno?
No more for this kid. This kid. He lived his life.
You
he
ran
hurt his
into-
leg.
you ran
he
into
opens
a
chips
stair?
loudly.
You ran into a stair. That's
No
what someone
more
says
attention for him.
when they've been abused. Someone says, I fell into a door." You ran into a stair? What kind of bullshit
I
story
don't think
is that?
abusers hit people's feet. You know? Oh, we're probably
Did you
good.
think that you didn't think the stair was there and you're like, this is just a hallway? I mean, you thought it was a hallway and you just ran into the hallway and then you're like, oh no, this goes up. Like what?
It was like Looney Tunes. Someone drew floor on the stairs, and he just ran into it.
But I mean, really, when you say I ran into a stair, that's not acceptable information. I'm sure the doctor was like, all right.
I think it's fine. Otherwise, next week, there's going to be 8 people with crutches opening chip bags really loudly, and they're going to be like, "What about me? Can I be famous?"
I don't think that'll happen.
Okay, so you invented Truth or Dare. You were kissing girls.
My friend, the guy that played the prince, the Asian. There's 2 kid leads in The King and I.
Jesus Christ, he's eating them loud too. Did you hear that fucking crunch?
Dan, you're not allowed to say we can't talk about it anymore and then bring our attention
It's
back.
not my fault.
You're a fucking
Did you hear the
monster.
fucking crunch on this guy?
Yes. Then can
Is
we
there a
talk
mic
about
on him? It's like a Pringles commercial. That's so loud. What flavor?
They're jalapeno.
That's so loud.
I don't want to
they
derail
as
the whole
loud as
thing,
yelling
but
on a microphone?
this man with the crutches looks like he was a very handsome child.
He still is. He still is a handsome child.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a handsome child.
So guys, no.
Just all right. Everybody, be quiet and just eat one more chip. Just everybody, be dead quiet. Shh. That's fucking loud.
They're potato chips.
Can you hear that in America? In the podcast audience?
Yeah, he has a. Do you have
That
an
was
amplifier in your mouth? What's going on? Your mouth is
assuming-
a perfect shape for projecting sound out.
He's a Foley artist. So it's like amazing.
Yeah, he's a Foley artist.
All right, so no, I want to go back to this.
Okay, so
All right,
Truth
all
or
right,
Dare.
Jeff.
You've invented Truth
No,
or Dare.
well, my friend Doug, the other kid, he also fucking Doug Clay, that guy. He was so great. He was like, I was 11, he was 13, and he jerked off in front of us.
Nice.
Great story. All right, let's do D&D.
All right. Well, thanks for coming tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed Janet Carvey.
But we were kids. But hang on. So when I was 4 years old, also,
No. Finish the jerk off story.
no. That's the beginning.
How old were you?
I was 11.
He's just talked about this before.
Hang on.
Yeah.
When I was 9,
He needs
10,
to get
11
it
years
out.
old, we'd have dressing rooms, and we would all. The way the Truth or Dare started was, I had like a Hall's like mental.
You were
illness.
like, what shall we do with our time? I've got an idea.
I had a cough drop. We just knew there were boys and there were girls, and then we all knew. We didn't know what was going on. We just knew that something must happen. There was
That's what I said.
Yeah. So
Something's
I would
gonna give.
I would take a cough drop, and Kathy or Yvette, the girls that were in the show, and they were 9 years old like I was. And we would lay on top of each other, and then we would pass a cough drop from one mouth to the other.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's sexy, except these names are like from a math textbook.
So
You don't know any Yvette's really, but you read Yvette
I mean, look.
has an idea about the
How about
Pythagorean theory.
Patria Beth was a fucking great name. But Yvette was, oh my God, so cute.
Oh, she could suck a cough drop.
She could suck a menthol off a lozenge. So our tutor, who was this very beautiful woman named Bridget, she told our parents, we have to give these kids sex education. We were all like, the average age was 9 years old.
So you guys are just going around laying on each other.
They kept walking into a room, and we would just be on top of each other making out.
Yeah, it's like frog DNA. Like they found a way.
We didn't tell them.
So we had to get sex ed. We didn't know what sex was. Then later on, when we were like in Washington D.C., like as the tour was kind of ending when I was about 11, we found a bunch of porn mags under a bed in a hotel room, and we were like, "Oh fuck!"
Shit, we've been doing this wrong the whole time.
Also,
Cough drops.
we have tiny dicks.
Yeah.
But so as a kid, like, no one instructs you how to play truth or dare. So then we would dare people to do stuff. That was, I think it's an organic thing that children create on their own without any instruction. When I was 4 years old, we played doctor, and guess what?
Christ.
Someone is a big fan of 4-year-olds and is laughing hysterically. In the whole, come on.
Our teacher, Mrs. Newhouse, would leave the preschool room, and there she had a giant oak desk, and I would take me and Jeffrey and Craig. We would take a girl, and everybody would watch. It was all around, and she would take her clothes off.
What?
She'd take her clothes off.
Everyone
and
would watch.
And I
She would take a close. You
we
guys are 4?
and we played doctor. So everybody was watching around, and there were nurses and there were other doctors. And so the girl would take her clothes off, and I would touch her boobs, and I would touch her pussy, and I would touch everything. And go, does it hurt here? And I was the doctor. We did.
When you say I would
4.
touch her pussy,
Yeah, these are all doctor terms.
I mean, do you?
Playing doctor.
He's
When
playing
you-
doctor. He's not nearly
when you would,
old enough to
when
be
you
a
would
doctor.
touch what the medical community refers to as a pussy.
But it wasn't.
Was it like a
Hang on.
like what, or was it a or was it a
Did you
like
push
what
it?
was it?
Did
And
you
there's
put your
so
hand
many-
and then push pressure, like when they check for the gallbladder? Like when
I
they
would say
tap?
This is upsetting.
I would like touch her stomach and go, does it hurt here? We're playing because we at 4 years old.
Does
you
it
have-
hurt here?
Shut the
I'm
fuck up! Let me finish the story. Jesus Christ. It's not a long story. Fucking, there'd be a naked girl, and I would go, does it hurt here? We would just lightly touch people. And it wasn't sexy. We just knew that there was boys and girls were different, and we're just old enough to recognize those differences. So we invented for us playing doctor.
Wait.
That's a thing that kids do.
Like 2 games now.
Well, I can understand.
I invented 4 corners. I don't know if you've all played that.
I don't know for a corner.
I was the first one to say, "See you later, alligator."
My brother told me he invented peanut butter and jelly. He told me he fucking invented it, and I knew he was lying, and just had no choice.
And then
but to
after
accept
I
it.
mastered peanut butter, I moved on to fruits.
So the teacher would walk back in the room, and there would be Gloria naked under the desk, and me and Jeffrey, Kim, and Craig were fucking just like.
Was it always Gloria or different ones?
It was different every time.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
But
Fuck you.
Jeff, no.
what-
Not fuck Jeff, but like
No, fuck him. He got more fucking
and
trim in
Jeff, no.
third grade.
Trim? What the fuck is it?
Trim.
1969?
He said trim. That erases me saying cripple.
Trim.
Joking. I'm joking.
Trim.
Really? You guys are going to boo the use of the word trim?
Well, it's not a desirable at that age.
When it's a 4-year-old,
To
you
be
can't
jealous
call it
of,
trim.
really.
Jeff, this may be.
All right,
you
okay.
can, but Jeff, you can pass on this question. But you
We
said
didn't
you
love you-
lost your virginity at 24.
Yes.
We're hearing about all these sexual experiences that you had, and you don't have to answer this. But like, do you, in a few sentences, could you quantify why maybe you lost your virginity at 24? Because obviously,
Well,
you're a very sexy man.
Yes, I can't.
That was a tepid response.
Yeah, really.
It was a little late.
I think
it was a
it
little
was a
late.
response to me, not to Jeff. But
I look back on those on like junior high and high school as times when if I knew what was going on and if I could have read the signals.
You were too busy inventing games.
Well, you were weren't you? You were Christian, weren't you? Christian, older.
So first it was me being like late bloomer and being terrified of girls, and also there was a girl I dated when I was a sophomore in high school. No, I was a freshman. She was a sophomore.
You fuck you.
No,
That's what I'm saying, and everyone
hang
booed
on,
me because
hang
I
on.
used the wrong word. But fuck
Yeah, you
him.
said trim to refer to a 4-year-old. They should be.
All right, okay, I misstepped. I made a misstep, but I'm still a good guy.
Yeah, you're a good guy. It was
It's getting more action.
Yeah.
The word
you're-
action.
No,
we're all on your side.
I never kissed her. Her name was Ursula. Oh, by the way, she
you
was
just did it in math textbooks.
she was a cheerleader and she was very beautiful.
She had 5 apples.
I was terrified of her.
Math textbook Joe.
I never.
she also wanted to
We
know how
never-
long a train would take to get.
We never even kissed. I had girlfriends that I never kissed because I thought. And so my brother's friends who were 2 years older than me said. It was this guy. What was his name? Fucking asshole. Really tall.
It was probably Jamal.
His name was Kevin.
Okay, or Kevin's also a textbook
He
name.
comes up and he goes, he's like, so you fucking Ursula? I'm like, no, sir. like the very idea. I thought that to have sex with girls would be the highest insult. That they wouldn't want it. It's only. I thought as a kid that's only something that guys wanted to do to girls.
And girls are like, no.
And they're like that's really rude. Like no. So I was a really
is
late
rude.
bloomer. Then in college,
I can't think of anything ruder you could do to a girl.
It's rude to have sex with a woman. It is rude.
Yeah. I apologize every time.
It really is. It's like it's rude.
Sorry.
That shouldn't happen.
Every time I go like, thank you very much.
Thank you and sorry.
I absolutely do feel that way. I get done and I go, thank you. Sorry about that.
Sure, you must because
Yeah, I
there's
bow out and I walk backwards out of the room.
I go and get a towel.
there's a visualization of your animal person.
So sorry.
We're ashamed of ourselves. Wait.
But then I went through like a born again
How
Christian
long did
phase.
you date Ursula?
Like for 45 minutes, like no time at all.
Oh,
Did she
these
steal
kids.
your voice?
There's no clock behind you. What time is it? 9:40. Okay,
9:39.
we're overdue for D&D. We're gonna start D&D. Sorry. Thank you for all of that.
This show brought to you by 4-year-old Trim.
I'm sorry I used the word trim. It's a gross word.
Trim.
I'm sorry.
Trim.
No, I'm sorry I used the word.
I want to apologize on part of Kumail for using the C word.
I didn't use
Colored?
We'll see.
colored.
My bit was that you said that word. I don't.
Oh.
There's a Tylenol with codeine.
That just got
He
mixed
did
in
it.
there. It did.
But Spencer announced that he would never return in the last session, right?
Well, he disappeared. He used his amulet
So
of
let's
shadow
hear it for
worlding.
Spencer as Tylenol with codeine in the last episode. It's amazing.
That was good.
It's the best thing ever.
All right.
Thank you.
Give me some quirks.
So you were like, I don't want to get into it. You were born again for how long? Just real quick, just tell me the year and we won't talk about it.
3-4 years. Like
Okay.
and,
In your teen years?
And so then I was like,
Was your family into it?
I had never had sex, so I became abstinent. But I was abstaining from something that I had accidentally abstained from a long time. And then I would date girls, and they were like, "You really like foreplay." I was like, "No, that's all you're gonna get."
So says Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus says
man.
dry humping is okay.
I was abstinent and in a similar program called True Love Waits. And my excuse, I never did
What?
any foreplay. True Love Waits.
You were in a thing called True Love Waits?
Yeah.
Sounds like-
And look
like
what she waited for. Amazing. God must be so happy.
The program's not called True Love Waiting Pays Off.
Yeah, True Love should have waited a little bit longer.
Yeah, True Love could have held out. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Thank you.